All right, guys, what's going on? My name is Louis. Today is May 21st, 2020, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. All right, guys, so we got some breaking news updates. Earlier today, I was reading this article. President Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela is sending military aircraft and military planes to escort Iranian oil tankers. So Iran is sending their oil tankers to Venezuela. But here's the problem, that the U.S. has put heavy sanction on both of these countries when it comes to oil. So what's going to happen? Well, right now, Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro has warned that he's sending a whole bunch of aircraft, military planes, and Iran is also sending their military planes just in case, let's say, for example, the U.S. gets involved. Well, once again, this is happening in the U.S. backyard in South America. So, all the information is in this article. Check this picture out. We are seeing military planes from Venezuela. They are prepared and they are locked and loaded. Now, before I start, guys, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share this video with your friends, families, and loved ones. We are seeing a lot of events happening in the year 2020, and South America is stepping up. They are warning the U.S. not to get involved when it comes to oil tankers, Iranian oil tankers coming to Venezuela. All right, so give me a second here, guys. Once again, the U.S. is keeping an eye on this. It's not like the U.S. is going to walk away from it. United States Air Force, they keeping an eye on these planes and Iranian tankers. So it said here, though largely of the mainstream media's radar, amid all things pandemic related, we've been closely following the saga of Iran's provocatively sending 5 fuel landing tankers. Excuse me, guys. So they are sending 5 fuel landing tankers to gasoline-starved Venezuela, despite repeat and growing threats of United States intervention against the brazen sanctions-busting mission, and now sorely escalating matters from Washington point of view. The Maduro government has vowed it will provide Navy ships and military aircraft to escort the inbound Iranian fuel tankers. So here we go. Here's the picture, guys. This is the Venezuela aircraft. You can see the name Venezuela and the flag logo on these aircraft. We don't know how many is out there, but there's a whole bunch from what I heard. So, Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino said on Wednesday that the military escort will be prepared to defend the ships once they enter Venezuela's exclusive economic zone, which extends 200 miles of the coast. This after President Donald Trump was previously reported to have ordered a U.S. naval buildup in the Caribbean in order to thwart sanctions busting and narco trafficking conducted by the Latin American country. When they enter our exclusive economic zone, they will be escorted by Bolivarian, truly apologize about that word, National Armed Forces boost and planes to welcome them in and thank the Iranian people for their solidarity and cooperation, Padrino said on state television. He underscored that he was closely coordinating with Iran's defense minister. Also, after Washington has focused on the sanctions Iranian airline Maha Air's flights in and out of Caracas late. Said to be carrying vital equipment for Venezuela's the Red Lake fuel refineries needed for domestic gas consumption. Meanwhile, Reuters detailed that the tankers are expected to arrive within the next weeks. Okay, so it's still too early. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Is the U.S. going to send their aircraft? The U.S. Air Force going to go and see what's going on? Well, I believe something is coming. I believe there's going to be some kind of some kind of big news in the next week. So these two nations were slapped with sanctions by the United States of America. So in the next week, guys, we could see something. We could see something in South America. So once again, this is the first time hearing that Iranians are bringing the oil tanker 5 refineries to Venezuela. So the tankers Fortune, Forest, Petunia, Faxon, and Clavel are carrying around 1.5 million barrels of fuel and passed the Suez Canal in the first 2 weeks of May. Refinitiv Econ data show they are expected to arrive in Venezuela between late May and early June. So like I said, it's plenty of time. The U.S. is probably, again, on a round table right now discussing about this situation. So to be expected, U.S.-backed opposition leader and self-proclaimed interim President Juan Guaido is focusing outrage on the presence of Iranians in propping up the Maduro regime. So the Iranian Foreign Ministry has sent a letter warning the United States against taking any action. Okay, I have a strong feeling something big is coming. You have the interim president, Juan Guaido, is giving all this information to the U.S. Something big is coming. I just feel it, guys. I do. The U.S. is keeping an eye on Iran really, really close, and they're not going to just allow the Iranians to bring in 5 tankers to Venezuela. Number one is that, you got a foreign nation like Iran coming to the U.S. backyard, and the U.S. is not going to say, hey, bring your stuff. I mean, there's going to be something. So this is a letter to the United States of America. The Iranian Foreign Ministry has sent a letter warning the United States against taking any action against the Iranian tankers carrying fuel to Venezuela, and said that any threat against them will be met with a firm response. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so here's the problem, guys, that whatever comes from foreign nation to the U.S. backyard, the U.S., always get involved, because number one, it's the U.S. backyard. You're talking about the Western Hemisphere here. So, the U.S. is going to see what's really going on, if it's really Iranian oil tankers or if it's something else, like, let's say, missiles or whatever. So this is a strong letter to the United States. If you get involved, or if you do anything, you will be met with fire. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. So the Iranian Foreign Ministry has sent a letter warning the United States against taking any action against the Iranian tankers carrying fuel to Venezuela, and says that any threat against them will be met with a firm response. Now you got to ask yourself this question: why is Venezuela buying oil from Iran? Venezuela has a whole bunch of oil. South America still has oil. I mean, Venezuela was so powerful, until it became a socialist country taken over by Hugo Chavez. But Venezuela has oil. A lot of people are going to be like, well, tell the U.S. to remove their sanctions. So, look, once again, guys, when it comes to South America, this is a whole different ball game. I know a lot of Venezuelan people that lives here in Florida. I've been to South America many, many, many times. Under Hugo Chavez, you know how many Venezuelan people left? And under Nicolas Maduro, you know how many people are leaving? We're not talking about thousands. We're talking about millions. They are out. They can't stand socialists. Now, of course, people that hate America, they're going to protect dictators like Nicolas Maduro. But, again, we are talking about Iranians bringing the stuff. Now, it says here, we are very concerned for the safety of Venezuelans and of Latin America as well, due to this attempted Iranian presence on Venezuelan soil. Like I said, Venezuela is bringing the Iranian oil tanker, but how about Peru? How about Ecuador? How about Brazil? How about Colombia? These people, I mean, these nations, they don't want to see that type of stuff coming near their area, South America. So, Guaido has said that this is a very huge concern for the Latin America, due to this attempting Iranian presence on Venezuelan soil. So echoing Washington accusation, Guaido further said Maduro is paying Tehran blood gold, which rightfully belongs to the Venezuelan people. I'm not too surprised with this. All that gold that was taken from the Venezuelan people. It's just so sad. This is what happens when you vote in socialist. Venezuela back in the 90s was so powerful. They were like the number one when it comes to South America. They were so strong and powerful. But now that Hugo Chavez back in 1999, I believe it was, became president, changed the whole thing around, socialists destroyed it. Now you have Nicolas Maduro stealing gold. Okay, so the U.S. has lately accused nefarious outside state actors of helping to facilitate the scheme to smuggle gold out of Caracas as a payment for the inbound Iranian gasoline as well as refining supplies and support. Pompeo even threw China in the mix in statements made Tuesday. Meanwhile, many pundits are warning of a clash in the Caribbean given the presence of U.S. Navy ships. There you go, guys. The U.S. is going to be around that area. There's going to be something big. There's a possibility someone is going to launch the first missile. Who knows? But again, guys, the U.S. are present in those areas. They have their Navy ships. But you have Venezuela with their aircraft, and they have at least, from what I heard, maybe 15, maybe 20 or more. They have their military ships. Even Iranians is bringing their stuff in. So this is going to be something big by next week, as 5 Iranian oil tankers steamed towards Venezuela in defiance of U.S. sanctions on both states, argues there is absolutely no need to consider military interdiction and the resulting potential for larger scale conflict. Iran has warned that any U.S. attempt at intercepting its fuel tankers will have serious repercussions for the Trump administration ahead of November elections, suggesting the return of tit-for-tat tanker war scenarios such as played out in the Gulf last summer. Okay, so there's a lot of things happening here, guys. Number one is that Nicolas Maduro's stealing gold from his own people. Number two, these two nations are locked and loaded. They are locked and loaded. That airspace is going to be full of aircraft. And number three, Iran has sent a letter to the United States. You get involved, you will be met with fire. So here's the problem. The U.S. is going to get involved. The U.S. is going to get involved. They're not going to trust anything that is coming in and out, especially in the U.S. backyard. So, what's going to happen, guys? Well, we got to wait till next week. But it's a possibility the U.S. might get involved and tell the Iranian to turn around, or you will be met with fire. So, at the end of the day, I don't think Venezuela or Iran will want to go to war against the United States, especially right there in the U.S. territory, the Western Hemisphere. Once again, guys, there's a lot of crisis going on between these nations. Venezuela and Iran might team up. And we all know that Venezuela hates the United States and Iran hates the United States. This is possibly a plan or a setup. Who knows? Who knows? But it's so strange that they are buying oil from Iran. Something big is coming. Like I said, guys, rumors of wars are rising. Tensions between nations are rising. And you just got to be prepared. You got to give your life to Jesus Christ. Now, you can find this in the Gospel of Luke. Our Lord and Savior warned, fearful sight to come. So, in the U.S. backyard, we got these two nations warning America, back off, or you will be met with fire. All right, guys, I will do some more research on this. There's a possibility. Who knows? Maybe China might get involved, or Russia. And we all know that Venezuela is allies with Iran, Russia, China, and other countries. All right, so for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, P.O. Box number 2, 3432 U.S. Highway 19, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to give your life to Christ, email me. My email is in the description box, or just visit the website, www.GrandSupremeNews.net. It's free. You don't have to pay for nothing. If you guys want to talk about Jesus Christ, I can send you my number. Also, if you guys want to support this channel, again, contribute to this channel, we have the PayPal link in the description box, and also the Patreon link in the description box. So once again, guys, me and my wife want to thank everybody for the love and support. You guys already know that the channel was demonetized, but it seems like YouTube is trying to give us a second chance on this channel. The Grand Supreme News is a whole different ball game. But again, thank you so much for the love and support. Again, me and my wife do this as full time to bring you guys the news that's related to Bible prophecy and to open up the eyes of many people. We want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love and support. So once again, guys, this right here, we could see that next week. And Venezuela is not too far from America. We could see something big. So be prepared, be ready by giving your life to Jesus Christ. This is not a fear-mongering video, but we got two nations here that are threatening the United States. They are fully loaded with these aircraft-carrying missiles. They are not messing around. The U.S. got the letter. So what's going to happen? Leave comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless. Give your life to Jesus Christ and get baptized. We are living in tough time. Till next time later. Peace.